Immigration is a huge issue, and you're right. I mean, if you guys are just watching for the first time, this is our second symposium, and the first one we did was specifically talking about illegal. I just want to stress that because they try to make you seem like you don't like, diversity, but illegal immigration. And as a teacher, I saw that definitely. It was, and I mean, I speak Spanish though too. So, and I'm saying that as somebody that speaks Spanish and I could converse with the kids, it's still a stress on the overcrowded classrooms when you have to spend energy trying to get one kid, one group of kids situated in one language and then get the other group of kids situated in another language. And I mean, it's not good for either party. So then imagine if you don't even speak Spanish, and a lot of times you might have a TA or volunteer, but it's terrible. It's like they purposely threw this wrench in the education system to and it's just like another layer that keeps people dumbed down because they're not getting high quality education. You're not getting one-on-one support, or they're not getting the individual support that they need, not necessarily one-on-one, but I think you guys know what I mean.
Yeah, because the illegal immigration is what really drives down a lot of the quality, and people they just have this misunderstanding. They think that they can turn around and throw money at a problem and that money automatically fixes the problem. So even though we might increase our spending on education, it never seems to get fixed, So I think our politicians in particular need to understand that throwing extra money at problems is not going to fix anything. Maybe there should be some type of oversight. Maybe they should set some type of standards, do teacher evaluations, maybe on a quarterly basis, because when you're a government worker, a lot of people, because I have some family that work for the government, but a lot of people know that it's pretty difficult to get fired. There's not a whole lot of accountability. So yeah, I think that would be a great solution, provide some type of oversight, make it maybe a third party, without any type of political ties, and provide some type of oversight, on top of, give the parents a choice. They shouldn't be bound by a zip code, and that's kind of how it is. Give the parents a choice. And I kind of agree with Uber guy, maybe try the public schools competing with the charter schools, and I think that'll drive up the quality of the education, because we look at our capitalist system, and it's a competition, and it provides an incentive to do better and better, because of that capitalist based system. So I think a combination of those two concepts would really improve the education system.
Getting back to what you said about it's hard to get fired if you're in the government. Did you guys ever check out the last round of the Project Veritas videos that they released?
Most definitely.
Yeah. I'll put these when I re-edit them and stuff. I'll put some links to that. But anyway, James O'Keefe got government employees on tape talking about that it was hard to fire them, and they were basically using their resources to forward a democratic socialist agenda. And the poor people, their lives are over, but he got them basically talking about how they use their resources, and all of them pretty much were saying that, oh, well, we're government employees, it's really hard to fire us, so basically we can do whatever we want. Like, that's the attitude a lot of them have. So very interesting.
Not just government employees. The company that I worked for, it works through a union, and that's why the left loves unions. I'm actually, the last couple months or so, I've been working Saturday nights and Friday nights graveyard, because we have a guy who literally calls in sick once or twice a week, and he knows he can't get fired. So unions, you got McDonald's, this whole fight for 15. It's not about workers' rights. They're just political. It's simply as that. They want to get high wages, and they don't even look at the economic aspect of that, to where it's like, yeah, you're guaranteed a wage, doesn't guarantee you hours, and you're making good money, but also the guy who's making money next to you, he's the one doing all the work because you can't get fired, and they know for a fact that you're going to vote Democrat. So it's not just the government; it's the unions too. Unions are horribly corrupt.
The last thing I want to add to that is I think maybe the nonprofit organizations may contribute a part to this. A lot of people, they understand that nonprofits are required by law in order to put it, whether or not they're conservative or liberal. So it's in regards to the IRS when they file with the IRS. So I think these nonprofits tie in also with the unions and everything else that we talked about in regards to the degradation of our education.
You're muted.
Truth or talk, you're muted. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, unmute your microphone.
I'm sorry. Okay. What are your thoughts on the Kavanaugh fiasco? I think I kind of know, but I just want to kind of reiterate. And do you think this empowered more people to vote red or blue?
Most definitely to vote red. Everybody saw an innocent man, getting torn to pieces, and everybody literally saw how organized and coordinated that it was between the Democrat Party and the media extension. So it really woke up a lot of people to not only the political biases, but basically how an innocent man was targeted, and people went on a mission to destroy his entire life, and a lot of people need to understand that he's a devout Christian. Yeah, and yeah, he drank beer, but he was a devout Christian. He was like gifted and talented, the best of his class, and everybody got to see the best of the best get targeted, and set up. And the last thing I'll say about it is, speaking with the Black community, and some people may disagree, but I've seen this happen with Black men, to where, Black men, they'll be doing their thing, and, people will just start hating and slandering and talk stuff about Black men. And it makes things very difficult, because it's unbelievable, but I basically think they took that concept of the, the culture and how society is set up in regards to Black men, and they tried to apply that same type of concept onto Brett Kavanaugh. So they were constantly playing two extremes. Oh, he's too nice. Oh, he's too mean. Oh, he's a gang rapist, or oh, okay, well, maybe he's not a gang rapist, but believe her anyways.
Oh, he threw ice at people.
Yeah, so it was
mad. I was like,
right. So they're literally going from one extreme to another extreme, like fire and ice, and everybody got to witness that, throughout these last couple of weeks. So it was completely wrong, but I think it gave the energy that we need to have people turn out to vote.
Beers for Brett.
I mean,
beers for Brett.
It's crazy, I can't believe what we just witnessed, because that just put it on display, like how unhinged and insane the left has become. That viral video of Maxine Waters a couple months ago, where she's like, "Get out and create a crowd." She just looked so like sadistic and just evil, and the mob really responded to that, because this affected Brett Kavanaugh, this affected his family, but there's just so much fallout. The violence that ensued, the doxing of senators and their kids, like medical records and stuff. And everyone knows that was just a big partisan hit job. And it's all rooted in Trump derangement syndrome. It's been 2 years and they're resisting everything. It doesn't matter that it was Brett Kavanaugh and he's like a devout Christian, because there's no way to appease the left. The mob always wants what it wants, and it's never pleased. Like, he could have appointed a Black transgendered female feminist that's legal and Islamic, and then resist. That's the model. That's the party of resistance. So it doesn't matter. It's because it's Trump. they will seek and destroy anything in his path.
Anybody else?
Well, that's where I completely disagree because looking at a lot of these news reports, you know, he straight up called him evil. I mean, he kind of, if you look into the rhetoric that Brett Kavanaugh used, he kind of pointed out the ill intentions of the Democrats. So, I believe that if it had been a transgender woman with one leg and she was a liberal, I believe that the Democrats would have taken her with open arms just for the fact of knowing, okay, this is a liberal, because it's basically it's like an unsaid fact that basically if you're Christian, you're automatically conservative. The principles line up. But I that's just my personal opinion. And I think there's a spiritual aspect to this. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously joking about that, all that stuff. I totally think they would be more open to that, but we all know Trump wouldn't appoint someone like that. He wanted a constitutional conservative. That was more just a, joke.
Anybody else want to add more to the Kavanaugh situation? I know we all made videos on it, so we all have
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna be redundant, but my only thing is, after all of that's being said and done, how come no one is being, persecuted for perjury or for lying under oath? I mean, that's the thing, is Christine Ford now doesn't even want to have anything to do with it. She won't impeach him. She won't support incriminating him in any regard. She's just taking that GoFundMe and running with it. I mean, that's one of the crazy things, is that it's essentially become not just something that's very political, but it's become a business for a lot of people. Like, this is not something that's very unique. And although I won't reference people like Lewinsky, you get famous from this kind of a thing. It's all a political sham. The timing of it is just very as expected. But that's the thing, is like, somebody clearly here went wrong, and somebody clearly here should be held accountable for their actions, because clearly 2 families got destroyed and many others as a result. But no, I mean, like, I haven't seen anything from that. I doubt I'll see anything from that. But I don't know. What's everybody's thoughts on that? That's my big thing, is like, okay, he's confirmed. So what? Now Democrats just go run and hide? You're not going to pay the consequence for your actions?
Yeah, I thought about that too. I definitely have been thinking about like how she
They're already looking into it.
Yeah, they are? Okay, good.
Yeah, they're basically, they have FBI investigations going on into, I believe, Dianne Feinstein, and of course that's the leader of the Democrat Party, so it's going to bleed out. There's another thing I think Devin Nunes talked about, but they're talking about declassifying the McCabe memos. So I'm not sure, but I believe.
Unredacted, please.
Yeah. I believe that that's actually going to tie into the Democrat Party. So I'm not sure, but I have a theory. I think they're just kind of holding on to it, and they're waiting for it to get a little bit closer to the elections, because everybody knows that people are more motivated when they're angry, so they're going to get off their butts and go vote. But I think it's just a matter of time. Everything's already being set up, and all the information is going to come out before the midterm elections.
I think this situation is going to be probably the best thing for the Republicans, because you took an innocent man and you tried destroying his life. I did a video, I think it was yesterday. A former ACLU head said that the ACLU has become the mob. Like, we're supposed to defend people against the mob. Now we're the mob. And what the Democrats keep doing is Trump derangement syndrome. Anything or anybody that's associated with Trump, they're the devil. They're Hitler. And the more attention that you put on that 24/7, eventually someone's going to go, that doesn't make any sense. And then they're going to look at that, and they're going to look at another thing that people attack Trump on, or Republicans. That doesn't make sense. Oh my God, now I'm more conservative than I am liberal. Oh my God, Trump's actually not that bad. You're seeing it go on over and over again.